guys, I've got a new one for you today. It's a deep waver, similar to the triple barrel iron, but a little bit different with bigger wavy outcomes instead of those tight little like finger waves. It's made by Hot Tools. I paid about 60 bucks for it. You may find similar things at Walmart or CVS. This one's a little bit nicer, a very, very long cord. It has a lock button so you can lock it. It's locked right now. There, see, I can unlock it or lock it back. In my mind, all the irons that lock, for some reason, if I keep them locked when I plug them in, they get hotter faster. Could or could not be true, I don't know. And this one also has a temperature gauge. So anyways, I was going to show y'all how to use it. Okay, as usual, I'm going to start by pulling my hair back a little bit and starting at the bottom. I'm just using a butterfly clip today and bring it around. And you're going to want to do not thick sections, but not real tiny either. You probably just don't want them to be very wide. But start at the top. Now, you want to make sure you lace because you don't want to get a weird crink. So when you're bringing it down, try to let it lay in the bottom groove, of the top land in the bottom groove of the piece you just did, if possible. If you mess up, it'll blend. The key here to me is the ends. And there have been many times when using something like this, I've redone my ends, but you pretty much just don't want it to be going way out. So there's one piece. And then same thing over here. I don't particularly start up close to the root because it can make it too fluffy, and I'd rather mine be more of a lace, smoother type of wave instead of the whole Christina Aguilera big poof. And I have to be very careful not to grab that end piece because I'm so used to doing that. Unless you have a heat glove, and then you could. I'm going to use the Chi Infra Texture. This stuff's really soft, and it almost like has a spray shine mixed in with it. I don't know, but it's really soft and you really don't feel it, but it will give you a little bit of hold. And I'm not going to brush it or anything because, like I said, I don't want the poof. And then I resection it, pretty close to my temples, all the way around. I just run my two fingers together till they meet in the back and then pull up. And we'll pretty much repeat the step. When you do this piece though, try not to go too far back and start grabbing because it'll like drag it and it'll kind of give you these weird slants. So make sure you just grab right there on the side and none of the hair that's starting to go up the curve of your head. And now we'll do that corner piece because you can actually hold it off to the side a little bit. I actually don't have any mousse or anything like that in my hair. I just shampoo and condition. And then I usually always, which most people know if they know me, I put a little bit of this in when it's wet. And sometimes a little more after it's dry. It's like my go-to moisturizing product. I've tried lots of different ones. It's a 10. And you know I love Joico. They have a leave-in reconstructor. And they're all very good, don't get me wrong. But that one seems to be my favorite. Even when I'm doing a blowout on a client. Okay. And then there's that piece. I actually have it set on 380 right now. I'm going to go ahead and kick it up to 430 because your hair absorbs the heat from the iron. So if your first pieces turn out good and then you start noticing that it's not really working on your top layers, a lot of times you just need to let it reheat back up, like lay it down, do your makeup or something, and then come back to it and it'll be good to go again. And you know, usually with irons you really don't have to wait that long, but why not go ahead and be productive? I think this would be really cute on bobs too, especially if you just want one side to have that throwback finger wave look on one side, and then you could wear this side smoothed back. That's very old Hollywood. I think that would look awesome, and I may see if I can talk a client into letting me do that one day, and I will post it on my Facebook page. I did leave this hair all alone. A lot of people would just grab that, but there's such a difference between my layers, and like I said, the curve of the head, you really, even when I'm doing regular curls, I avoid picking all that hair up together. It just seems to not do right. In fact, I think I'm going to split that in half right there, just because it was a little too thick. You can see how like some of the waves are a little bit bigger, because you can kind of see there. Kind of reminds me of the duck. Okay. I haven't really been wearing a part lately because I'm not used to being blonde, and not real sure if I'm keeping it, so I'm having a hard time with really knowing what looks right. And for some reason, I don't like my part now that I'm blonde. As you can see, I'm not getting straight on that root either. And when you're moving the iron down, if you'll hold the ends of the hair, it won't spread out as much, and that'll kind of help keep it from being as fluffy. Look, that bad boy smoking. That's usually just it evaporating the moisturizer or any leave-in conditioner you put in your hair. So in general, when you see that, that doesn't always mean it's burning your hair. And I'm still leaving a little bit, because like I said, I don't want a lot of volume on top when I've got this much volume everywhere else. Oh, so you can see what I'm doing. I don't put hairspray on before I do it because I don't want them to be crunchy either. I feel like I look like a monkey. Okay. Okay, and then let's see if we missed any places. I'm going to go ahead and pop that right in there too. Be very careful when you do these shorter pieces. Just because you could really burn yourself. And then I would do one good once over with the cheese and for texture. Like I said, this spray particularly I like because it's soft and I don't have to run a cream through my hair because these aren't natural, so it would definitely pull them out. And if you want some volume up here, but you don't necessarily want the crinkles, you could just tease it a little bit. And you definitely could probably even have it kind of straight with some volume and then start about here with doing these big waves. Whether you wanted them smoother or straighter. So that's pretty basic. This would be great if you're going to be out in the wind because it would just make it wild and crazy and fun. I do suggest having a little extra time before starting this because it does take a little bit of time, especially if you're not used to doing it. But it's a really fun tool and I hope you enjoyed it.